Hello everybody, my name is Katie, I'm the Introverted Reader, and this video is an idea that I had a while ago. You can probably tell by the title what it is. This is going to be the Jeffree Star book tag. Now, I don't know if a book tag like this even exists, but I love Jeffree Star so much. I literally have half his products on my face right now. It doesn't look that great on camera, but I do my best. I have a star mirror. I have literally all of his palettes in my drawer here, and I was just like, I love Jeffree, I love makeup, and I love books. So why not combine the two together? So I have the questions written here. You've seen this before in my handy dandy Targaryen notebook that my mother Daenerys gave to me. So yeah, I have all the questions written down here. So I'm just gonna get to it, but I just want to let everybody know I'm putting a disclaimer before this video. I don't own any of the names or phrases that I am about to associate these questions with. Everything belongs to Her Royal Highness Jeffree Star. So I'm just putting that out there in the universe in case anyone tries to come for me. All right? Okay, let's go. So the first question is, hi, how are you? Now everyone knows that this is a phrase that Jeffree uses all the time. One of his liquid lipsticks is called Hi, how are you? I would love to say that, am I wearing it right now? No, I'm wearing another one. But yes, he uses this phrase a lot. It's very, very popular. So to go with this phrase, the question is the book that got you into reading or that introduced you back into reading. So obviously I could say Harry Potter, because Harry Potter has always been there for me since I was 10 years old. I remember our teacher in primary school started reading this to us in class, and I just thought it was amazing, and I got the books out of our library, and then I ended up getting them myself over the years. So Harry has always been there for me. And after Harry Potter finished, I kind of fell out of reading, and then The House of Night came into my life. This was like post Twilight. Like, I just wanted more stories about vampires. Like, I could mention Twilight as well, but we'll not talk about that. But The House of Night was like my teenage sort of reading. It got me back into young adult again, and I'm very grateful to both of these stories and both of these authors for, you know, creating these books and bringing them into my life. The next question is Beauty Killer, which is Jeffree's very first eyeshadow palette. It's called Beauty Killer, and actually when he did music, one of his albums was called Beauty Killer as well, so that's really fun. So the question along with this one is a book with a character who is so hot that you want to go near them but they could kill you. So basically looks like a cinnamon roll but would not get tired slashing your throat sort of character. And I literally couldn't think of any other character other than Jace Herondale / Wayland / Morgenstern / how many last names does this boy even have anymore? From the Shadowhunter Chronicles by Cassandra Clare. Now, Jace Wayland, oh my goodness. I have a love-hate relationship with Jace Wayland, honestly. Yes, he's good looking and he's cocky and he's sarcastic, but at the same time, he just makes so many mistakes. And there's times when I just want to knock him around the head, but you can't help but love him because he does go through a real big character arc in this story. And yes, no matter what you think about these books, no matter what you think about anything, you can't not look me in the eye and say that Jace Wayland didn't have an effect on your heart and your hormones, okay? So yes, Jace Wayland equals Beauty Killer, totally. The next question is Androgyny, a character who is non-binary / androgynous. And obviously all these questions are named after Jeffree's eyeshadow palettes. So Androgyny came after Beauty Killer. She is his second child. But the book that I chose to go side with this question is The Hand, the Eye, and the Heart by Zoe Marriott. In this book, actually, our main character is a non-binary transgender character called Z, and it's kind of like a Mulan sort of story. They disguise themselves as a soldier and enroll in the army to take their father's place because their father can't can't be a soldier anymore. Obviously, he's too old or he's injured, whatever. So they take his place in the army. And it's such a sweet story. Like, it's about them coming to terms with who they are as a person and as well saving their country at the same time. Like, I stand so hard. The next question is blood sugar, which I'm wearing on my eyes right now. It looks such a mess in the camera, but I promise you, I blended as best I could. Please don't judge me. The question to go along with this one is a book with a sugary, sweet romance. Now, I have read a lot of books in my time that have really, really sweet, sugary romances in them. But the one that came to mind immediately was Noah Could Never by Simon James Green. If you've been following my channel for a minute, you know that I gag over Simon James Green's books all the time. He actually watched my review of Alice in Wonderland and like tweeted at me and was like, hey, thanks for the review. You did like really good job. And I'm like, huh? Like, I lost it for like 10 minutes. It was insane. But just this book, Noah and Harry, are so sweet and so precious. Like, I literally feel like I'm getting a cavity every single time I am like reading about them, and just I love these books so much. I love Noah so much. Like, if you haven't read any of Simon's books yet, read them. Like, read Noah Can't Even, then read this one, and then read Alice in Wonderland, and he's working on something else right now and I'm really excited about it. So yeah, so definitely this one. The next one is Thirsty, which is obviously, all these questions are named after Jeffree's eyeshadow palettes, okay? For Thirsty, it's a book with a plot that left you thirsting for more. You just wanted more and more and more, and it was just so great. I'm going to go with a book that I recently read, I think back in May, and you might see the cover right now. You know what's coming. Heart of Iron by Ashley Poston. Oh my lord. This book, this world, these characters, oh my goodness, I would literally read 6 more books just about Rob and Jax alone. I love them so much. Like the whole world, and just like the world building and the character development. Okay, so this is basically sold as like an Anastasia retelling, but in space. There's space pirates in this. Like, space pirates. Like, every time I hear space pirates, I think Treasure Planet. And Treasure Planet is literally one of my favorite 2D animated Disney movies ever. So yeah. So, and you need to like introduce Jax and Rob into your life because they're wonderful and amazing. And yes, I like, oh, it's just, if I haven't gushed enough about this book already on my channel, then I clearly haven't done my job. So yes, Heart of Iron and also Soul of Stars, the sequel, definitely left me like thirsting for more. I literally could have read an entire 6-book series just with these characters. It was amazing. Okay, so the next question is for Alien, and it's a book with a character who is seen as an alien or seen as like weird. No one really wants to go near them. You know, they have something about them that's like outside of the norm, if you know what I mean. And I couldn't really think of anybody else other than Juliet from Shatter Me. Again, this is a series that I recently just like read last year, even though it's been out for like 5 years. But Juliet, without giving anything away, is definitely seen as an outcast. There is something about her that no one... Okay, so basically it's said that if she touches someone, she basically kills them. Like, she'll cause them pain. And so yeah, no one wants to come near her, no one wants to touch her, and she's basically just been alone for a long time, and she's basically like not like everybody else. She's basically seen as an alien, and she is my child and I love her. I want to protect her with my life. But yeah, definitely Julia. And I'm so not ready for the last like book in the Shatter Me series to come out. I think it's coming out soon, and I'm so scared. But anyway, the next question is for Blue Blood, and that is just basically pick out a fantasy book that has a royal family or talks about a royal family, or maybe even not like kings and queens, if like a book that has maybe characters that are depicted as royalty, like socialites or something. But for me, I went the good old fantasy route, and I went with an old fave, and that was Fallen Kingdoms by Morgan Rhodes. Like, there are several royal families in this one. Actually, it follows a whole like massive like group of characters. There's obviously one royal in this story, and if you know me, you know who I'm talking about. But yes, Magnus de Mora is a prince in this story, and I love him. He's wonderful. And if you haven't read this series yet, highly recommend. Is it perfect? No. But is it fun and entertaining and will just leave you gagging and just like thirsting over these characters? Yes. I probably could have used this book for Thursday as well, but I didn't. The very last question is for Northern Lights, which is one of Jeffree's infamous highlighter palettes. And that question is to pick out a book whose plotline, who within the plotline the seasons like play a part within the story. And I couldn't really think of a book to associate with that, but for some reason I went with the Heroes of Olympus series by Rick Riordan, mostly because if you've read this, it's like the whole focal plot line is it's set around like they need to have done something by a certain amount of time, like within the year or like within like the calendar or something, or like the world will end or something like that. I just remember that being like a major focal point in this story, and it's been a while since I've read this series, but yeah, it's wonderful. And this copy of The Lost Hero is totally used and beaten up because I didn't have a hardcover copy of it, and I scoured the internet for it, like the lengths I went to get this, like the British cover in hardback. It took a minute, sis, but we got there. So yeah, that was it. That's the Jeffree Star book tag. I hope Jeffree doesn't sue me for using the names. But like, anyway, just on the off chance, I love you. I mean no disrespect. I just wanted to do this for fun. And yeah, I very highly doubt it. I'm literally minuscule. But if you have any answers to these questions, leave them down below. I'll leave the questions in the description box as well. Please follow me on Instagram and Twitter. Both of them will be down there. Everything will be down there. And if you haven't subscribed yet, go ahead and subscribe. And thank you for all of you that have subscribed already. Please give it a like. Please comment. And I'll see you guys hopefully in my next video very soon. Bye.